He built this hotel from the ground up. Every brick, every room, every dream was his. But one ordinary night, security marched up to him and demanded he leave. His name wasn't on the guest list, they claimed. His name, the owner, the man who made it all possible, treated like an intruder in his own home. What happened next wasn't just a fight for dignity. It became a stand against something much bigger. And when the truth came out, no one saw it coming. For Marcus Hall, owning a hotel wasn't just business. It was a legacy. Years of saving, sleepless nights, and sacrifices had turned a rundown building into a warm, bustling place where travelers from every corner of the world felt at home. Guests knew his smile, his staff respected his leadership, and every detail from the polished floors to the hand-picked artwork carried his personal touch. That night, the lobby glowed softly under golden lights, and Marcus strolled through, greeting guests like family. It should have been another peaceful evening. But in the corner of the room, a few unfamiliar faces watched him closely, too closely. He didn't know it yet, but the calm he had built for years was about to be shattered in a single, humiliating moment. Marcus was halfway through checking the evening's reservations when the air in the lobby shifted. Two security guards emerged from the elevator, their eyes locked on him. Not with recognition, but suspicion. Their footsteps were heavy, deliberate, echoing across the marble floor. "Sir, can we speak with you for a moment?" one of them said, voice sharp and cold. Marcus nodded, a little puzzled. "Of course. Is there a problem?" The guard's gaze didn't soften. "We've received a report that you don't belong here. Can we see your room key?" Marcus let out a short, disbelieving laugh. "I don't have a room key because I own this place." But his words seemed to bounce off them like they were made of glass. Within seconds, they flanked him, one on each side, guiding him toward the entrance. Guests glanced up from their conversations, the hum of the lobby fading into uneasy silence. Marcus could feel their stares, hear the faint whispers. Who is he? What did he do? He tried to explain, rattling off details no outsider could possibly know. The safe code, the renovation plans, the names of the night staff. But the guards didn't budge. One muttered into his radio. The other's grip on his arm tightened. As they pushed him toward the glass doors, Marcus's mind raced. Was this really happening? In his hotel? Every eye in the lobby seemed to be watching, but no one stepped forward. They stopped just outside, the cool night air hitting his face. "Sir, until we confirm your identity, you can't be here," the taller guard said flatly. Marcus reached for his phone, his hands trembling, not with fear, but with a deep, boiling humiliation. He dialed the front desk manager, only to watch the guard snatch the phone away. Inside, the unfamiliar faces he had noticed earlier were now standing together, speaking to the front desk. One pointed in his direction, smirking. Something inside Marcus snapped. He knew this wasn't just a misunderstanding, it was something uglier, and the longer he stayed silent, the more control he was giving them. He took a deep breath, locked eyes with the smirking man inside, and made a decision that would change everything. But in that moment, he had no idea just how far this confrontation would go, or how public it would become. The smirking man stepped forward, flanked by the security guards, and pulled out a wallet. "This is the owner," he announced loudly, pointing to a photo ID. Marcus froze. His own hotel, his own name, replaced with a stranger's claim. Gasps rippled through the lobby. Guests pulled out their phones, recording the scene. One of the guards shoved Marcus back toward the sidewalk. "You need to leave before we call the police," he warned. Marcus's chest tightened. The cool night air suddenly felt suffocating. He thought of every hour he had worked, every loan he had repaid, every sacrifice he had made for this place, now stripped away in front of strangers who didn't know the truth. And then came the flashing lights. A police cruiser rolled up, siren cutting through the night. Two officers stepped out, hands resting near their holsters. "What's going on here?" one asked. The guard spoke first. "Trespassing. Possible threat." Marcus's heart pounded in his ears. He'd seen this play out before, for others on news clips that ended in tragedy. One wrong move, one flicker of defiance, and his story could end in violence instead of justice. The officer turned to him. "Sir, put your hands where we can see them." His muscles tensed, every instinct telling him to shout, to fight, to demand recognition, but every headline he'd ever read whispered back, "Stay alive first." Phones were everywhere now, dozens of lenses capturing the moment. Marcus slowly raised his hands, feeling the weight of humiliation press down like never before. And in that silent, frozen second, before the next word was spoken, Marcus made a choice that would turn the entire night upside down. Marcus's choice in that breathless moment was to speak, not with anger, but with undeniable proof. From the cuffs of his sleeve, he pulled a small leather wallet and slid out a laminated document, the deed to the hotel, signed in his name. The crowd erupted, some gasping, others whispering in disbelief. The officers hesitated, eyes scanning the paper, then each other. The smirk vanished from the stranger's face, replaced with a pale stiffness. One of the guards stepped back, muttering something under his breath. The confrontation dissolved, but the damage was done. Marcus walked back into the lobby, not as a man restored, but as someone forever marked by the realization that his skin had been the first thing judged, and his ownership the last thing believed. In the days that followed, the video spread online. Millions of views, thousands of comments. Some called it a victory. Marcus didn't see it that way. Victory would have been never needing to prove himself in the first place. This wasn't just about him. It was about every person who's been told they don't belong in spaces they built, earned, or deserved. It was about how quickly suspicion replaces respect when prejudice walks through the door. And so, Marcus kept the deed close, not just as proof of ownership, but as a reminder of the fight that continues beyond the walls of his hotel. Because the truth is, this story isn't rare. It's happening in small ways and big ones. Every single day. The question is, how many more times will we watch it happen before we decide it's enough?